My name is Al Gretzky, and I am your Freedom Party candidate.
Battle for Ontario with London's Liberal Mayor Joe Fontana on trial for fraud. Will their citizens try the Freedom route? It's an election with national consequences.
Misused and wasted taxpayers' dollars for their personal gain.
Liberal corruption. Are people in Ontario fed up with Liberal waste? The Freedom Party is pushing to get their voice inside Queen's Park.
To start a new way of doing business at Queen's Park. The Freedom Party way.
Standing for freedom, Al Gretzky joins us in studio with Ontario's own anti-establishment political party, the Freedom Party. This is Byline.
Freedom Party. A freedom government will restore trust in government by balancing the budget this year and every year without massive job cuts. We'll pull the plug on overpriced liberal green energy schemes. Together, we'll make Ontario right again for everyone.
You won't see their ads as often as the Liberals or the Conservatives, but the Freedom Party is hoping to make their mark in the upcoming Ontario election. Al Gretzky is the candidate for the Freedom Party out of London, Ontario. He's running in London West, joins us now from that city. Al, Freedom Party versus what? If someone was looking at you and saying, Al Gretzky's a heck of a guy, but where does the Freedom Party stand? Let's start there.
Well, okay, that's a good one. Freedom Party stands for your ability to be able to make something for yourself in your life. We are a party that wants you to be successful. We're a party that wants you to be able to do the things that you like. We believe strongly in personal freedom, but that comes with a little caveat called personal responsibility. Smaller government, all those wonderful things that we used to have in Ontario.
There's a lot of action happening in London, Ontario, where you are right now, and maybe some of that will help people say, you know what, might be time for a change. Maybe look at this Freedom Party guy, this Al Gretzky. By the way, you know, I've been out to several events with you. You are a freedom-loving fellow for sure. Joe Fontana, though, his freedom's on the line. He's your mayor, former Liberal cabinet minister. He's facing fraud charges, fraud under $5,000, uttering a forged document, and breach of trust by a public official. Despite all of this, Kathleen Wynne was out campaigning with him last week and doing a ribbon-cutting ceremony at More Government Pork for a local company. Your quick thoughts on that?
Well, a couple of things. As far as Kathleen Wynne campaigning with him, who else would she campaign with other than somebody who would do anything like that? But as far as the mayor is concerned, I got to give the guy a break here. He's got to have his day in court. And until that happens, we won't say much. But here's the interesting thing. What it does is, once again, it brings up that idea of, do you trust your politicians? Is there a reason why people don't want to have politicians around? And this is just one more thing. Whether he's guilty or not, it's just one more picture where people look and see there's something wrong with the system. And it is. Too big a government, Brian. Just way too big.
And an old style of politics. You guys had that on the weekend as well. The New Democrats were campaigning, Andrea Horwath out in London. And there was this letter released with some disaffected New Democrats, most of whom I'd never heard of. But Liberal staffers showed up pretending to be angry NDP voters, but they were wearing Liberal lanyards and Charles Sousa buttons. They're not very bright. Trying to pretend there's something they're not, which is my problem with so many politicians, not very bright and trying to pretend you're something you're not.
Well, like I say, it's a matter of, this shows you the qualifications you need to belong to the Liberal Party. None.
Go ahead. Not.
Okay, so basically what it comes down to is that these individuals trying to do that, and the letters about Andrea, this goes back to when, if you remember last year with Tim Hudak, the disassociated, the group of 10 in London that wanted him replaced. There's always somebody somewhere wants something done to someone else, but no one really is standing up and saying, this is what we need to do for the province. This is what we need to do for people to make it right, to get us back on track. It's always about this infighting about politics. We've got to get away from that.
All right, we got a couple minutes left. Last election in Ontario, Freedom Party Caused a bit of a splash with promising beer and wine in corner stores. That's a little bit of personal freedom and personal responsibility, getting rid of the LCBO. When you're knocking on doors, what are you telling people are the main platform planks for the Freedom Party? Because people will know you from this show. People also know friend Salim Mansour, also running in London for Freedom Party. What are you gents telling people at the door?
Basically, it comes down to one simple thing. Unless we get the books balanced and the debt taken care of, it won't matter what anybody promises you, because there's a wall, there's a cliff, there's a rabbit hole, whichever terminology you want to use. It's coming in, it's coming fast, and we really have to do something about that. And the way we need to do it to get it started is we need to put an end to the green energy so people can have hydro rates that they can afford. That'll bring back business. If we get business back, the province will get back. That's really what it comes down to, Brian.
All right, less than a minute to go. I'll devil's advocate question that I know you're used to answering, and that is, why go with Freedom Party? That might take votes away from the Conservatives and help the Liberals get elected again.
Well, there's two quick answers to that. One, I'm sure that anybody who wants to vote for me, small government responsibility is certainly not going to leave me to go vote for Tim Hudak. And the other way of looking at it is, look at, the Liberals have taken the far left, NDP have taken the left, and Tim Hudak is quite happy to take whatever's left.
All right. Al Gretzky running in London West with the Freedom Party. Check them out, see if they are for you. Al, thanks so much.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you, Brian.
You want to know all the latest political headlines, what's happening on the campaign trails, you need to drop by sunnewsnetwork.ca. More to come.